So DDD, you were talking to me when you said you wanted to debate this, or no?
Yeah, I'm saying that your interpretation is not valid.
Well, I don't know how it would not be valid, as you literally proved my interpretation is valid.
No. It's the analogy of first. It's an analogy to explain the Rietsu term with another thing, and the another thing is used as an explanation of the first thing. It's not
Okay, you just
implying the second
conceded.
thing.
What? You just conceded. What?
Oh my
You
God!
just conceded. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say here, but my entire point is the transcendence in Ryatsu to humans to higher dimensions and how they work, yes? And Ryatsu is a power transcendence, right? As he's literally implying
No.
within the
It's a
that's what
spiritual transcendence.
it doesn't matter. It's still a transcendence in power.
Yeah,
Ryatsu is a power source.
and transcendence means it's just dependent on the context. Uh,
No, no,
uh,
no, 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 no,
no, no,
no. I'll
no,
stop
no,
you
no,
there.
no,
I'll
just
stop you
like
there.
no, no, like
Transcendence refers to something beyond the range or limits of something. Transcendence cannot be referred to another.
no. It's not the case. Not always that it's a case. It's not
What do
like
you mean?
mini,
What type
miny,
of
mo. I pick this now.
definition
Let's
of
go.
okay, pull up
We
any
we can
definition of
appeal.
transcendence.
We can appeal to different definitions, right? And can
Well,
apply the best
yes.
one.
Well, yes, the best definition for transcendence, we can use the
No.
definition.
In terms of the context, in terms of the context, not just a random definition for
Okay,
you.
in terms of the context, he literally says higher Ryatsu equals the same transcendence between him and humans. Dimensionality, right? So higher Ryatsu, right? The difference between him and humans is the same thing as a third dimensional being and a two-dimensional being. I don't know what else you want me to say here, but the context is definitely a transcendence via the actual definition of the word. Trying to differentiate it from the definition of the word wouldn't even make sense anyway, as trans, right? The prefix trans, right, refers to something that is either above or before, or at the very least, yeah, is changing, right? And then send was referring to either direction, right, or it's referring to something that is beyond, right? So essentially, if you use this word in its context, it just means that you are above the limitations or ranges of another thing, right? So if Eisen, right, is equating dimensional transcendence to the transcendence between him and humans, then him and humans is indeed another dimensional transcendence via the law of non-contradiction. It's very simple.
You just overtalked me, bro. Let me explain my interpretation.
Go
Let me
ahead.
get the scan.
Am I Zim? No, I'm not Sim. Although that would be a pretty interesting comparison to me and Zim
I'm
because I
not gonna
heard
lie,
Zim
but
was DB the hot rapper. Okay, so what is the point in sending me the scan?
so now listen. Aizen was explaining that he and Ichigo have an spiritual transcendence in terms of Rietsu. So in Bleach, when you have a spiritual transcendence, you cannot perceive the Rietsu of higher ones. So in this case, Ichigo was having the higher Rietsu than compared to Aizen. So Aizen wasn't able to perceive Ichigo's spiritual presence, and now he used an analogy of the uh, difference between a two-dimensional object and a three-dimensional object. Just like a two-dimensional object cannot perceive a three-dimensional object in the same way. In the same way, he wasn't able to perceive the Rietsu, just only the Rietsu. He wasn't able to perceive Ichigo's Rietsu. So just like the Rietsu difference makes that he wasn't able to perceive Ichigo's Rietsu in that terms of transcendence. In the same case, the 2D and the 3D done do. So he used two premises. The first premise was that uh, Ichigo and Aizen's Rietsu transcendence, right? And the second premise was that the difference between two-dimensional and three-dimensional object. So he used the two-dimensional and three-dimensional transcendence in terms to explain what the Rietsu transcendence is. But it's not a Rietsu transcendence is not a dimensional transcendence, right?
You literally just contradicted yourself in all nomologically possible worlds. If you're saying that he equated the two premises together
Wait,
to
wait,
come
wait,
to
wait, 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 wait,
a
wait, wait. How
and
is
then
that a
saying he
nomenological
disjuncted it,
contradiction? How is that a nomenological contradiction? I
that's
didn't
not
even
my
use
burden. You
any.
have to prove that's
No,
not my
no,
burden. You actually have to prove that they
you
lost
said
connection.
you nomenologically contradicted yourself, right? And
Okay,
nomenological
so
is the laws of physics.
actually, no, the frick it's not. Nomology actually refers to the study of logic that's outside of
No, no,
physics
no,
or standard
no,
logic. That is what
no, no,
nomology
no,
is.
no, 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 no. The study of logic is literally called the logical reasonings, formal logic. It's
Okay, I don't
the
really care
philosophy.
about this, but you literally
Yeah,
logically contradict yourself in all possible worlds. As you said, P1 and P2 are connected, yet you tried to say
yeah.
P1 and P2 are disjuncted for absolutely no premise at all. You just proven my point and then directly tried to go on to your point to contradict yourself, begging the question, even though the premise is contradictory via the evidence that you've already presented. I don't know what else to say other than conflicting conditions begging the question ad nauseum ad infinitum.
Right, we can conclude right now. I guess through the recording,
I
we can
okay,
appeal the
cool,
recording.
cool. Conclude.